Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you had a great day yesterday. I hope you liked my little guest speaker yesterday, but I am currently back in my apartment coming at you with chapter 13. So last time we saw Allie was having some issues with Albert. So let's see if we can kind of resolve that. Okay, so chapter 13, this is called Trouble with Flowers. It's the night of the holiday concert when, there's a bug on my book. I think I got him. Okay, sorry. It's the night of the holiday concert when we sing about Santa and dreidels and Kwanzaa. The best part is getting a new dress. I stand in front of a mirror looking at my dress and my shoes with a heel on them, thinking about the shopping day I had with my mom. We even went into A.C. Peterson for lunch. I like how she stayed with me in a booth instead of having to go wait on other people. I love to sing, but I don't like our music teacher, Mrs. Muldoon. Max calls her Minefield Muldoon because you can never tell when she'll blow up all over something. Oliver calls her that too, but he acts it out by leaping into the air and yelling, "Muldoon!" as he lands on the floor and rolls. He doesn't stop though. He goes from a roll right to his feet again, like a cat in a cartoon. Shay is making fun of Albert because his clothes don't fit. "What's with the pants, Albert?" she says. "Did you get that outfit in the 3rd grade?" Keisha whips around fast. "Why do you always pull people down?" she asks. "Because some people deserve it, that's why," Shay answers. "Deserve to be pulled down? Really?" Keisha asks. Albert straightens his tie, which is the only part of his outfit that fits. He's even wearing his sneakers with the backs cut out. "You know," he says, "logically, if a person was to pull down another, it would mean that he or she is already below that person." Keisha lets out a laugh, so loud that Mrs. Muldoon shoots her a look. Keisha covers her mouth and tries to squeak the sound. "That is perfect, Albert. Man, you really are a smart dude," she turns to Shay. "You, on the other hand, are so low you could play tennis against the curb." Shay's eyes narrow, but before she can say anything, Mrs. Muldoon appears and yells at us to line up. For the spring concert last year, before I had a growth spurt, I had to stand in the front row. I liked when Travis called me a dime amongst the pennies. But this year, I get to stand towards the back of the line with the taller kids, right next to Keisha. I look over at her. I love how she stuck up for Albert. She had the guts that I didn't in the cafeteria. I wish I could be braver. We all stand, waiting to file in the auditorium. "Oh, Mrs. Muldoon, I love your dress," Shay says, when Mrs. Muldoon lights up like a bulb. "Why, thank you, Shay. Your parents have raised such a nice young lady." "Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Muldoon," Shay smiles, and then she turns around toward Jessica. She rolls her eyes and just keeps glaring at Keisha. I decide I won't think about how mad she makes me, and I'll think instead about how all the girls get to carry a bouquet of flowers. That's the good news. The bad news is they have been donated by Jessica's father, the florist. It's nice of him, but Jessica hasn't stopped bragging about it. Mrs. Muldoon walks down the line, handing out the most beautiful bouquets I have ever seen, like the ones that brides carry. Dark red ribbons that wind around the stems like a barbershop light pole. Ribbons dangle from the top and bottom too. She hands me a bunch, and I smile, thinking of how much my mom will love to see me with them. Keisha leans in to smell them and runs her fingers over the tops of the flowers. Then one of the white buds falls off and bounces on the top of her shiny black boot. Mrs. Muldoon is there in a second. "What do you think you're doing?" Mrs. Muldoon grabs the flowers from Keisha's hands. Keisha looks up. "No, please, I didn't mean..." "These flowers are a gift, and if that's how you're going to treat a gift with complete lack of respect and gratitude, then you, Keisha Allman, will be the only girl without flowers." "But Mrs. Muldoon," Keisha said, "I really didn't..." Mrs. Muldoon holds up her hand like she's stopping traffic. "I don't want to hear it. You will have no flowers, and perhaps you will remember in the future how a lady behaves." "See," Shay says to Jessica, "people do get what they deserve." I stand behind Keisha, but I wish I could see her face. I wait for her and say something back, but Keisha doesn't say anything. Although I can't see her cry. I hear her sniff and brush her cheek with her fingertips, though. And I watch a mind movie of me being the only girl without flowers marching in to see all the parents, and the look on my mom's face, how she'd be really sad parent in the sea of smiling ones, and how I'd feel that I was less than nothing. No one should feel like that. I feel my fingertips dig into the center of my bouquet to separate the thick stems. It takes some twisting to work half the flowers out of the fancy ribbon, but I put some muscle into it. The stems start to crack and leaves and petals fall, spinning in the air, landing all around my shiny new shoes. Mrs. Molden has turned around to stare. Her mouth is open wide for a bird's nest to fly in. I hold her gaze as I hand half the flowers to Keisha. Well, she can have some of mine then. In the end, neither of us had flowers when we walked into the auditorium, but we had smiles, bigger than anyone else. Aw, what a cute little ending for Allie. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for chapter 14. Bye.